Mildred and the one Montag is sliding towards. Mildred is free because she has nothing to worry about. Every day she does the same thing, and she has assurance that it will stay that way. No conflict, no uneasiness, change, or anxiety. She is free and happy. Montag begins to ask why he is not happy. The homogeneous status quo is not filling him. He feels vacuous and empty. He wants the freedom to pursue answers to his questions, but there are none to be found. He begins to look towards the books. Mildred is free because she has no choices to make. Montag wants the freedom to choose his own happiness, or to make his own choices. He was a happy man, Mildred tells me. He burned books and enjoyed the smell of kerosene on his skin. He worked for the greater good of his community by burning every silly volume of thought. But he met a girl that changed him, started him asking questions, questioning his happiness. Her name is Clarice, and she's missing too, but I'm told she was a strange one, that she described herself as 17 and crazy. She spoke of strange things to Montag, different things. She asked questions. She started it all with her questions. It's got me wondering what happiness is. I don't like it. Found a witness that saw the two of them together. Said they walked the streets in the evening. She described what she saw. What have you got there?
I guess it's the last of the dandelions this year. I didn't think I'd find one on the lawn this late. Have you ever heard of rubbing it under your chin? Look.
Why?
If it rubs off, it means I'm in love. Has it? Well?
You're yellow under there.
Fine, let's try you now.
Oh, it won't work for me.
Here, hold still.
Well?
What a shame. You're not in love with anyone.
Yes, I am.
Well, it doesn't show.
Yes, I am. I'm very much in love. I am.
Please don't look that way.
It's that dandelion. Used it all on yourself. That's why it won't work for me.
Of course. That must be it. Oh, now I've upset you. I can see I have. I'm sorry. Really, I am.
No. I'm alright.
I've got to be going. I've got to go see my psychiatrist now. They make me go. I don't know what to say. I don't know what he thinks of me. He says I'm a regular onion. I keep him busy peeling away the layers.
I'm inclined to think you need a psychiatrist.
You don't mean that.
No. No, I don't.
The psychiatrist wants to know why I go out in the forest and hike around and watch the birds and collect butterflies. I'll show you my collection someday.
Good.
They want to know what I do with my time. I tell them that sometimes I just sit and think, but I won't tell them what. I've got them running. And sometimes I tell them that when it rains, I put my head back like this. And I let the rain fall in my mouth. It tastes just like wine. Have you ever tried it? You have forgiven me, haven't you?
Yes. Yes, I have. God knows why. You're a peculiar one. You're aggravating, yet you're so easy to forgive. You say you're 17?
Well, next month.
How odd. How strange. And my wife's 30. And at times you see so much older than her. I can't get over it.
You're peculiar yourself, Mr. Montag. Sometimes I even forget you're a fireman.
Was it romance? I think it was more. Clarice introduces the abstract, the imaginary, and the unrational. She sees the world through a different lens. By questioning Montag's happiness, she disrupts his composure. The question had never occurred to him before. And why should it have? By rational analysis, the man should be content. He does not suffer from disease, heartache, or labor. He is well employed and free from stress and pain. There are doctors to care of him and friends to play poker with. Imagine, if you will, this situation in a real-world context, 10 years after graduation. 10 years of time devoted to the career you chose freshman year in college. Sitting outside on a bench in the business park, eating some fast food, a young and beautiful girl begins a conversation with you, brings your dormant youth to the surface, and then asks nonchalantly, "Are you happy?" In answering this question, you'll pull upon every method of defining your happiness. We are happy for this reason, and that, and this. But why should these things define our happiness? It begins to look like happiness is a quantitative quality of life. I have these things, so I am happy. It's a disturbing question indeed. Are you happy? Could anyone say so without hesitating? This is not the kind of question that people should be asked. It propels people to look for the wrong reasons why they might not be happy. Montag, after this awkward moment, superficially sure of his happiness, retreated back home. Mildred said he had been keeping books for a long time, stealing them before they burned. He must have been unhappy then to break the law so long ago. What was his motive? He was behaving erratically. He told Faber, a retired hermit, who has a collection of books himself, that he was numb. Complained of disconnection. He wasn't a scholar. Faber said so. His troubles came from outside the books. The culture at large seems to be the source of his troubles. Mildred remembers Beatty laying it all out for Montag one morning.
Don't you understand? We must be all alike. Not everyone born free and equal as the Constitution says, but everyone made equal. Each man in the image of every other, then all are happy. There are no mounts to make them coward or judge themselves against. So a book is a loaded weapon in the house next door. Burn it. Take the shot from the weapon. Who knows who might be the target of the well-read man? Me? I'm not going to stomach that for a minute. And when the houses were finally fireproofed completely, there was no need for the firemen for the old purposes. They were given a new job, the custodians of our peace of mind.
As if this wasn't enough, he saw a woman burned alive with her books. Violence and brutality. It was then that Mildred says he started skipping work and behaving strangely. She said he didn't understand why it happened, why it had to happen. Kept asking her if life was complete. Kept talking about books, even though it was illegal. He read them out loud. He was breaking the law. The law stands to protect him from harm. It doesn't make any sense. He once upheld the law, and now he's rebelling. None of the other firemen seemed to be so affected by the killing of the woman. He wasn't happy, that much is clear. But why? And what else does he expect? If this can happen to a fireman, it seems that any one of us could go crazy.